Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you're seeing this. Thank you, number one, for watching this video. But today I do have something. Now that all the cards have came out for the playoffs because the Knicks have won the 2026 NBA Finals, I'm gonna have to, we're gonna have to put all the cards that we got for these playoff series on the tier list. You feel me? We gotta rank these cards that 2K gave us and see what's really the best and which one's the worst. You feel me? But let's get into that. Okay, first we're here on 2KDB. 2KDB is a website that people have been using for years, and it's still a website that we still use to this day. It's been getting updated lately. It does have some competition, but it has been getting updated lately. So, respect to 2KDB to, keeping themselves on track, you feel me? But let's first name the title. Let's name it 2026 finals. No, not finals. My bad. My fault. 2026 playoff content. All right. And now we're gonna go to collections, playoffs, and we're gonna click every single card that's in the playoff content. I'm gonna skip it so y'all don't obviously get bored on this. Alright, as you can see here, I got every single card that's been dropped this year for the playoff content. But we're gonna also use this tier list right here, going from S to F. S being this card is 100% playable to this day, or this card is honestly one of the best things they've dropped. And then obviously F being that this card is unplayable or it's outdated. So, we're going to start with the Dark Matter, starting with Marcus Smart. See, me personally, the Marcus Smart card wasn't it wasn't like that bad of a card for me. But at the same time, there was better cards that came out at the same exact time. So for me personally, Marcus Smart is going to have to see the C position. He's going to have to see the C spot. And then next we have Ayo Dosunmu. Honestly, no, Ayo, this card was on a generational run. I'm not gonna lie. This card right here was on a very generational run. I don't think people are still using it as of right now, but for the longest, this card was being run in the starting lineup by lots of people. So honestly, AL is gonna have to get the first S tier. I'm not gonna lie. Next, we have Jarrett Allen. See, Jarrett Allen wasn't that bad of a big man, but he also wasn't the best big man. So I'm not gonna say that he's D tier, but he's most definitely C tier. He was playable at the time that he was dropped. He was very much playable. And then next we have RJ Barrett. See, now RJ Barrett also wasn't that bad of a card. Honestly, if he had played PG, his card would be in the B's, maybe A. But since he couldn't play PG, he was a little bit shorter in his position. So I'm gonna put RJ Barrett at the C position once again. Now, I don't know what 2K did with James Harden. I think he has, if don't quote me, I think he has a 99 offense and a 90 defense for a Dark Matter number one. That's wild. That's wild. But at the same time, he had zero defense. So off the fact that he couldn't play defense, he has to be our first F. Unfortunately, that's once again. Hey, don't yell at me. Once again, this is my opinion, but James Harden's card has to be the first F because a lot of these cards were the downgraded version of the Dark Matter or the 100 overall when they came out. So you can't be too mad at it, but at the same time, they gave it to us. So you got to give it the real criticism, But next we have Miles McBride. See, honestly, for me, love Deuce, but he's just too short. So when he came out, people weren't really going for him. So he's gonna have to see the F tier once again. And then next we have Jackson Hayes. See, Jackson wasn't a bad big man whatsoever. Not gonna lie, he wasn't a bad big man, but his jump shot did throw me off a little bit. But at the time, he was very usable. So for me, Jackson can see the D. Pause. Jackson can see the D spot. Next, we have AJ Mitchell. AJ Mitchell wasn't like a top tier guard, but he wasn't to the point where people was like, "Oh, why are you running this card?" Honestly, so he's not mid tier either. You weren't seeing much people running this card for real. So unless you were a Thunders fan, so he might just see the D spot. And then next we have Terrence Shannon Jr. Another non-used card. He didn't have much radar because of like his height and his position, so he's gonna have to see the D spot as well. And then we're going to Dylan Harper. See, Dylan Harper's card is amazing, but they low-key downgraded it to the point where it wasn't the best, but there was better cards. Like AU was, I think AU came out the same time as Dylan, if I'm not wrong. So once again, don't quote me. If I'm not wrong, he came out almost at the same time. So he wasn't starting, but he was playable. So I'll put him at B tier. Next, we have Cade Cunningham. Cade was another card that had his own dark matter that had gotten downgraded. So it wasn't starter worthy for me, honestly, because this card was obviously downgraded. So honestly, out of all these, he can see the B tier for real. He can see the B tier. And then next we have Kelly Oubre Jr. See, this card honestly wasn't that bad, actually. This card was more average than bad. So honestly, Kelly can see the B spot too, because this card wasn't that bad for real. Like, this Kelly card was pretty good. He had pretty good defense, pretty good offense. Okay, now look, this Tyrese Maxey, people hated on him so much, but for me though, Tyrese Maxey was meta. He was really good. He was very good, actually. I know you're like, bro, why'd you just put Tyrese Maxey at A? Tyrese Maxey is very good for his height. Like, he had like great SIGs at the time, because not much cards had good SIGs for real. He had a great combo of SIGs, a fast jump shot. So the real only problem was his defense. And if you're playing if you're playing Showdown, then you have players to accommodate for his height. And if you're playing Park, you know how to work the defense for real. He's not that big of a problem. So yeah, A tier for my boy Tyrese Maxey. See, now Jalen Brunson though, I think is an inch or two smaller than him. I don't know, it's the fact that I was mad that they didn't drop any good Spurs, but Tyrese Maxey had came out before him, so we didn't really want 100 overall Brunson. But once again, he wasn't a bad card. Like, same thing with Tyrese Maxey, he had a pretty good amount of offense and defense, but he is short, so he's gonna have to see the B tier, honestly. The C tier, because we got Tyrese Maxey and then we got Jalen Brunson, so we can't give them both A tier, even though they're both almost the same card. Just one's a little taller. But here we are with Luke Kornet. See, me personally, Luke Kornet, only problem was his jump shot. And you can change that easily with your animation breakers. So off of that, he's 7 foot, long wingspan. The only thing he had to change was jump shot. So yeah, A tier. I like this card a lot. I like this player build, and I think he's still on my team as of right now. Next, we have Alex Caruso. See, this card, as well as AU, was actually a beast of a card. If I didn't have all these other invincibles, I'm pretty sure he would have stayed in my lineup, not gonna lie. And then now we are on Jay Will, the other Jalen Williams, but we're not gonna call him the other Jalen Williams out of respect for Jay Will. His name is Jay Will. But his card, he's a 6'9" power forward center. Not the best, but honestly not the worst. So for me personally, he didn't really play for my team, and he was just a little too undersized for his position. So this D area is a more respected. I could bump him up to C later, but for right now, I think the D spot is where he needs to be. Now, Cason Wallace, great guard, great defensive guard in real life and in the game, but he's just too short. For now, we were getting 100 overalls at the time. He was just way too short. He wasn't playable. So unfortunately, Cason Wallace has to see the F spot. See, now we have Josh Hart, but one thing that I wasn't really expecting was to see so many Josh Hart cards. And they kept smacking him like power forward, small forward, shooting guard when he really needed the point guard position. So for me, he's just too short, way too short to play. And when the 100 overalls were rolling, we just didn't want to use a Josh Hart card. So unfortunately, he did have good sigs, he did have a good jump shot, but he's gonna be the F tier. He wasn't unplayable because of animations, he was just unplayable because of his positioning. And now we have Keldon Johnson, another shortish guard, but not the worst guard. You feel me? So he was a little bit above average, and I'm not gonna lie, he did have a pretty good jump shot, and he has a pretty like long wingspan. So he's not C necessarily with Jalen Brunson, but I put him at B, honestly. And then next we have Julian Champagnie. Champagnie, see now he had Champagnie might. It's a debate between A and S. The only thing that's holding him back from S is the fact that he was a little too short for his position, but at the same time, he has a good like player build. Like not as good as Kawhi because they're both the same height, but he had a good player build so he could play defense on the small forward. If you did put him at the small forward, but at the same time, it wasn't bad at all. He had a pretty fast jump shot too. So maybe I'm gonna take another look and maybe Champagnie will be in the S spot, but for now he stays at A. And then next we have the invincible Jalen Brunson. See, now the invincible Jalen Brunson wasn't terrible, but at the same time, people weren't looking for a 6'2" guard to run this late in the year. So off of straight playability, I don't know if that's a word, but if it is, it's a word now. If a straight playability, I'm not gonna lie, Jalen Brunson has to see the D tier. Not gonna lie, the Invincible wasn't that bad. Honestly, he was up to par with Tyrese Maxey, but at the time, Tyrese Maxey was a very attainable card, and there wasn't very much good cards with the good, perfect like combination of sigs. But then Jalen Brunson comes out a little later in the year, and we wanted taller. Honestly, we wanted taller. So, not saying that people didn't play him. It's just that most of the community wanted a taller person. So Jalen Brunson has to see the D spot. But now we have the locker code game 1 Tyrese Halliburton. Honestly, this Tyrese was goated. Like we was all getting hyped when we got this Tyrese. So we're like, oh shoot, 2K doing some new stuff because this is a new thing that they've done, dropping a code after every game. It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, I wish that the series had lasted a little longer because at the end you'll see why. But it was getting good. So me personally, in the Tyrese card, only setback was his fadeaway. But everything else, he had shake escape. He had a pretty fast jump shot. So yeah, B tier. I like this card a lot. And then next we have Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, I'm pretty sure was game 3. I'm pretty sure Paul Pierce was game 3. I'm gonna keep saying don't quote me on these things, but Paul Pierce, 6'7", 6'6", shooting guard, small forward, pretty good jump shot, pretty good sigs. The only setback was his step back, and that's really his only problem, his step back. I feel like it was a pretty good card to use, a pretty fun card to use, and for that he could just see the A spot. It was a free invincible with a good jump shot, good everything. His one only problem was his step back. So why not keep him at the A spot, And then next we have game 2 Oscar Robertson. Okay, I sincerely apologize. 1, I had to do my research. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, Paul Pierce was game 2. And then now we have Oscar Robertson, which was the game 3 code, which confused a lot of people because we had just got a point guard. But this point guard is a little bit better than Tyrese, in my opinion. He did have his own release. Obviously, if you don't know who Oscar Robertson is, he has a great release for all his jump shots. Part players love it. And he had good sigs. It's just the jump shot was a little slow. It was a little slow, but it was very playable. It still has good defense. It's still being ran by people to this day. So for that, he has to stay at the A. And then next we have game 4, Jaylen Brown. See, at this point, we were 2K, the community was getting a little tired of seeing cards that's under the height of 6'7". We wanted a little taller, but at the same time, this Jaylen Brown was better than the Paul Pierce. So in my opinion, he does keep the A spot. He's not S because we didn't really need it, but at the same time, it wasn't unwanted. And then next, for the final game, Game 5, Paul Gasol. See, we thought these codes were gonna get crazy. We thought like the series was gonna keep going, but Paul Gasol, honestly, for me, is an S tier. 7 foot, good vertical jump shot, great SIGs with Curry escape, great wingspan. Like, this card was amazing. We were like, me personally, I thought like the codes were gonna get crazier as the games kept going on, but unfortunately the series was cut short. But this card was amazing. It still is amazing. It's on my starting lineup right now. He's my starting power forward. But now we have the finalists: OG, Josh Hart, Cat, Mikal, and Jalen Brunson. See, now with OG, my only problem with this OG card is that he plays power forward when his 100 overall plays shooting guard. Well, I personally think that they did this because that's the positions that they actually play in real life. But, 2K, you just gave him the shooting guard eligibility. But not complaining. We got 4 more other free cards. But just for the strictly fact that he could only play small forward, power forward, he's going to unfortunately have to see the B spot. He does have pretty decent SIGs. He does have a good defensive player build, but he's just too short for his secondary position. And then now we have Josh Hart. Josh Hart, once again, plays the shooting guard small forward. He's just too short, man. Like, at the time of making this video, the code dropped to this morning. And I know that most, if not any people, are going to run this card in a real lineup, unless you're a Knicks fan. He's just way too short to use. Way too short. And it's unfortunate because Josh Hart is a great player in real life. It's just that his card is just too short to use at this time. If they had made him point guard, it still would have been a little too short, but it would have been playable. You honestly, you feel me, right? You feel me? You feel me? But next, we have Cat. We got Mr. After all that. But we got Cat. Cat, they shrunk his card. He's 7 foot for some cards, but for this, he's 6'11". Honestly, he has a good jump shot, JT Thor base, good dribble moves. If they just made him an inch taller, he could have been S. But they shrunk his height. Still a great card, still good defense, still good offense, but is an inch shorter than his other cards. But it's very much runnable. Like, he plays in my backup power forward. So it's the morning of the next day, which is Tuesday. They updated Cat's height. I'm guessing that a lot of people complained about that, and they fixed it. So Cat is S tier, and I'm just gonna let the video finish. And then we have Drip Man Mikal Bridges. Like, look at its card art compared to like the other finalists. Like, that boy was ready to go. Number one, he was ready to go. But see, Mikal, he's also not a bad card to run at the shooting guard. He's just a little small for the small forward, but he does have the wingspan to back it up. And he does have KD base with Baluba. Great SIGs. So me personally, Mikal sees the A spot. He's very good on defense, very good on offense, has everything that you need. Very good card. And then we have the finalist, Jalen Brunson. He very much deserved it, number 145 against the Spurs, which is a very crazy number when you have one of the top defenses in the NBA. But he is just too short. He's way too short. 6'2", this late in the year. He's a GOAT card, but there's another PG that's almost 7 foot that's in competition of him. So you have to put that to your brain. it's gonna be very hard to contest something like that when you are 6'2". It's a very big disadvantage, but his card is very fun to use. So for just playability, he's C tier, but I don't know what they could honestly do to make his card go up. He does have Patty Mills base. He does have like all the good SIGs, but he's just way too short to use, in my opinion. But anyways, this is the end of the video. This is what I personally think all the playoff content is summed up to on this tier list. It's not a bad tier list. For me personally, it's not a bad tier list. I'm gonna let my Discord and the comments decide, but I personally think that I rated this pretty good. It's just that I do think that I had a little bit, like, you know, animosity against height, but in my team, height is almost everything, if not everything. And at the same time, I enjoyed this content. Like, I enjoyed this content. Everything about it was very good. It's just that I wish that we could have seen that series extend a little bit longer. We could have seen it, like I know they're ready to drop something good for those codes, but that's really all I had for this. But anyways, make sure y'all keep grinding and y'all stay blessed. The next one to come. You feel me?